the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. So we've got some CAD renders that have come from Android headlines. It's usually Android headlines, right, that come up with the early leaks for everything. And it's looking very interesting. There's lots of things that are similar. So it does seem like a modest refresh with same display sizes and overall design, so the same 8-inch inner display and the same 6.5-inch outer display. However, we have some leak specs from the Galaxy as well on Twitter.
Galaxy Note 10.
And he's saying that we're going to get a dual-layer UTG ultra-thin glass to significantly reduce the visible fold line compared to previous models, right? So that should make it more durable with less of a crease, which we'll be talking about a little bit later. The other thing that we're seeing is the leaked dimensions, and the thickness is also going to be slightly more compared to the Fold 7. However, when we compare it to the Fold 7, although it's going to be a little bit thicker, according to these early leaks, there are two reasons why it's going to be a little bit thicker. Number one is to accommodate the S Pen. Number two, to house a larger battery. Now, if that's the case, then those are the two things we were kind of like missing on the Fold 7, right? So this way, if it's slightly thicker, they'll be able to fit in the digitizer. So that will mean that we'll have S Pen support back again on the Fold 8, which we didn't have on the Fold 7, but we did have on the Fold 6. And we will get, for the first time, for a first change for the battery capacity since the Z Fold 3, right? So 4,400 milliamps is now going to be 5,000 milliamps. Now, if you ask me, I'm happy. Like, if you're going to increase the device thickness slightly and you're going to give me S Pen support as well as a big battery, that's a thumbs up from me. What do you think?
Okay, let me start with the battery first, right? I am happy with 5,000 if it's going to be 5,000, but Samsung, let's just go past 5,000. Let's push it 5,500. Nothing too crazy, but you know what? I am still happy with that. When it comes to the digitizer, because we've seen with Oppo, for instance, you can use a pen both external and internal display. So Samsung has to step up to that because that is something that they pioneered. And, the Galaxy Note was the first pen device for smartphones. There were other pen devices back in the day with Windows Phone Mobile, or whatever it was called. Now, the other thing, too, that is quite interesting is the crease, the dual layer screen tech that you mentioned.
Now, ultra-thin glass, yeah.
Ultra-thin glass. Now, I'm wondering, is this in addition to what we already have seen from Samsung Display? Because Samsung Display, at least behind the scenes, they've had creaseless displays for about 2 years. This year at CES, they came out and showed a creaseless foldable display. And, we know they're supplying Samsung because it's Samsung Display. And we know that Apple is getting that. At least the rumors are pointing at Apple is getting that also from Samsung Display. So is this an extra layer to that as well? Or is it just part of the same technology? We don't know. But having creaseless displays, having an S Pen support, having a bigger battery, this might, pull me back quickly again to the Fold, because I used the Fold the whole of last year.
Yeah.
And I really miss it now that I'm on the Ultra, and I would like to go back. So I'd like to go back with all these features. So I'm a happy man. But the question is, since there are two foldables, once we get to the wide, which would you pick? That's my question to you. Which do you think you would go for once we start talking about the wide?
Yeah, let's cover those things first before we go into the choice, all right? I mean, firstly, if the crease is going to be reduced, which I would assume it's going to be at least reduced, will it be the same as Oppo? We don't know yet. They're saying it's going to be a laser-drilled display metal support plate, according to the rumors, which should reduce that crease. And then we've also got some improvements potentially for the charging. So 45 watts of charging up from 25 watts. So that's one other thing with the Fold devices. They've had the same charging speed, so this should be an increase. And for the cameras, the current rumors are that they're going to be going to a 50 megapixel ultra wide camera up from the 12 megapixel. However, the 10 megapixel 3x telephoto is going to be staying the same. All right. So that is the current rumor sort of roundup. Pricing is rumored to stay the same. around $2,000 for the starting price. And Unpacked is going to be in summer. Now, we're not sure exactly when that's going to be as yet, but around July time is what we had the Fold 7. So maybe we'll also get that in for the Fold 8. So that's currently the roundup of the Fold 8. Now, although it's very similar, obviously it was a big change for Samsung when they went from the Fold 6 to the Fold 7. So I was expecting them to kind of keep that DNA with some improvements here or there. And I think this lines up with the expectations.
I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to hear the full podcast episode, then that will be linked down below. And if you want to see more clips like this, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss them.